Hello, my name is Sophia Shen. I'm a trainer from SAS. I did a webinar on machine learning using SAS Fire. I hope you enjoy a short extract from that webinar. Thank you. Bye. I'll show you some nodes in Model Studio, data exploration, transformation, and the variable selection node. These are some of the nodes that can help you build better models. I want to just firstly have a look at this data exploration node. So if you want to, so you can see here in Model Studio, you have the nodes. So nodes are, I guess, a function. And, so that's code underneath that. If you want to know what the data exploration node do, you can always click on node details and it will tell you what you can get from this node. If you click on help center, you get to see the documentation, and so the documentation is always good to I guess refer to the documentation. And so you can see that data exploring node, run a similar thing like proc contents, and then it tells you how you should use this node. And there's two modes. You can use it to look at important variables, and you can also use it to use in the screening mode to look at suspicious variables, and they list out what's the meaning by the suspicious variables. So if we go here and if we go to just have a look at the result of this node, so you can see here on the right hand side, I can see that I'm setting it the mode as importance. So I can go and have a look the result. I really like this data exploration node because it puts a lot of summary information in one place. So this is a first thing that you should do is just to understand your data before you build models. So you can see that you have a window, you have a window here about important input variables in your data. You get to see summary of your class variables. So if I expand that, I can see the different variables and how many categories or how many levels they are. So billing cycle has 12 levels, region has 9 different groups. And so you get to see a good summary of that, and you can see the distribution of the different categories. So this is when you check whether you need to combine rare categories, and you can see the region, you have the different regions and what's the percentage for each category. And so that's class variables. For interval variables, you also get this nice summary of all your numeric variables, the minimum value, the maximum values, the mean, standard deviation, skewness, and kurtosis there. So you can see, like, if you have any problem in your data, you can maybe spot it here. So for example, if you do not expect things to have negative value, but you have negative values, or the mean looks a bit strange, and so on. So you can, so this help you to spot errors in your data. And you also get to see this nice summary of kurtosis and skewness. So you can see that there are a few variables here that have very high kurtosis and skewness. They might be candidates for the transformation node. So you might want to transform these variables. Okay, so yeah, and there's some other information about the missing values, how much missing do you have, and you can also see the distribution of your target with the different level of your class variables of your input variables. So it shows you a lot of information in in one node, and that really helps you to so get an understanding of your data. I also want to just show you the transformation node, and in one of the template I've got this transformation node here. So here you can specify if you want to do any transformation for your variables, and the interval variables, you can see a list of transformation there. There's also one called best. So if you choose best, then Model Studio will try different transformation and then give you the best one. Okay, so rather than you trying, hey, is log E better, is log 10 better, or should I do square transformation, square root? Best will tell you the best one to use. Okay, so that's the transformation node, and the other one is a variable selection. So variable selection node, if I click on there, you can see that there's different there's different ways you can select variables. So you might have a lot of variables in your data and you don't know which one you should use for your models. So you can use these algorithms to help you find the best input for your models. And that's very important too, because you want to select those input that are most relevant for your business problem.